All right, guys, I am back. Because things occur to me randomly when I'm working, before I continue on with the next design, I want to show you a couple of quick do's and don'ts. Things that had occurred to me I do automatically, but I didn't used to, and I learned the hard way. So here are some of the do's and don'ts. Do store your brushes upright when you're not using them. Bristles up, okay? And do it in a heavy container. So if you're keeping them in a plastic or a paper cup, stick a rock in the bottom of there because you guys are going to be outside and your brushes will blow away. You know, I use a mason jar. You can use anything. Keep your brushes upright when you're not using them. Always stick them back in this container when you're done. That's the do. Here's the don't. Don't leave your brushes sitting in your rinse water because then you're going to wind up with sopping wet brushes. You're going to wind up with filthy brushes. It's not good for the brushes in the long run, but you guys are using these brushes just for this one event, so that's not as big a deal for you. Do always blot your brush when you take it out of the water. Okay, and let me show you how we rinse our brushes too, by the way. See, I told you I jump around. Things occur to me as I do them. Remember I told you three cups of rinse water? Here's the reason why, because you will get a cleaner rinse that way. So what I do, if I have a brush that's all full of paint, that's full of black paint that you can't see. I don't know why I bothered to load it up. But here's a brush that's all full of paint. I have my 3 cups of water here that you all lined up, which you can't see, but I'm going to dip my brush in my water all the way to the bottom. Really mush it around. I'm pressing it into the bottom of the cup to get the paint out of it. Tap, tap. Look how gross that water is in there. Can you see that? That's always my first dip. So then I'm going to my second one. Notice how this one is cleaner because I'm only using it to clean rinse water off my brushes. That's why you want at least 2 cups. I like to use 3, especially because if I'm going to white, I'll give it a 3rd rinse in my cleanest water before I go from a color to white. You guys do have a designated brush for white. I guarantee you in the heat of the moment, you're going to forget that and you're going to use both your brushes for everything. So remember, 3 rinses before you go to white. After you rinse, I just did it and I didn't show you. After you rinse your brush, okay? I told you you're pressing the brush into the bottom of the cup. Pressy, pressy. You're tapping off the excess water, but then this is important. You're taking your cloth, your paper towel, whatever you're using to blot your brush. You are wrapping it gently around your brush, pulling your brush through it, and giving it a twist to, theoretically, reshape those bristles. There we go. Okay? Always blot your brush. That's your do. Don't go straight from the rinse water into your paint. You're going to get lucky drippy paint. Also, do always check to make sure that there is no water on this part of the brush. This is called the ferrule, I think. I have only ever seen it in print and never heard it pronounced, which means I sound much smarter on Facebook than I do in person. But I think I'm pronouncing it right. The ferrule, the middle part of the brush. That part. If there's a droplet of water on that part of the brush, you're not going to see it. But what's going to happen is when you start painting, can I deliberately put a drop of water on my ferrule? Let's see. See, there, water on my ferrule. When I start painting, that little droplet is going to drip down to the tip of my brush. It's going to wind up in my design, and it's going to make my design go sploosh and drip all down the person's face, and I'm going to feel like an idiot. So always, 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 when you're blotting your brush, dry your ferrule and your bristles. So that is Brush Care 101. And then don't put it down here. You're going to forget where it is. Don't leave it sitting in your water. Put it back in your jar, bristles up. So that is how you're going to take care of your brushes in this crazy 600, 900 person festival situation that you wonderful souls are throwing yourselves into. This is going to be fun. It's nice because there's a lot of you. It actually will be fun. If there's only one of you, it's no fun. But you guys are a team. Remember that you're a team. Work as a team. It's going to be awesome. So let's do a super duper quick tiger eye next, okay? I say tiger eye, okay? You can also do a full face tiger. I'll show you how to do that. It's going to take more practice. It's going to be slow for you. So if there's enough of you and you don't have a huge line, you can offer it. Otherwise, if somebody asks for a tiger, give them a tiger eye because here is a tiger eye, okay? Tiger eye, I'm going to take my orange on a sponge. Loady, loady, loady. Loading my sponge in the orange, and you can watch me as I do it off camera, so I'll sing to entertain you. There is my orange on my sponge, okay? And again, I wish I had somebody with a bigger forehead than me to demonstrate this on, because this isn't going to look like much on me, but, okay? Avoiding the eyelid if you can. Just do a whole whoosh of orange above and below the eye. That's it. Just a whoosh. Nice soft edges. You don't want a hard edge, so don't do this with a brush. Do this with a sponge. You want it mushy. Mushy gooshy orange. Okay. Then I am going to take a round brush. Because I have such a little face, I'm taking my skinnier round brush. Usually on kids, I use the fatter one. I'm going to load it up in my black. So it's wet enough to give me a smooth line, not so wet that it drips. Okay. And I'm just going to do, remember I taught you about the focal point with the butterfly? It's the same focal point with the tiger. And all I'm going to do is stick in thin, thick, thin lines pointing to that focal point. And that's it. Thin, thick, thin. Thin, thick, thin. The brush is not wet enough. Okay, because I have a little forehead, I'm not going to do all stripes. I'm also going to do one of these U shapes here. Thin, thick, thin. Thin, thick, thin. Thin, thick, thin. Always pointing to the focal point. Thin, thick, thin. Doo-doo-doo. Thin, thick, thin. See how I already look like a tiger? I want to do something else up here. Thin, thick, thin. And you know what? I'm going to embellish it with dots. So for dots, you just want really, really, really wet paint on your brush so that it's all kind of sitting at the tip. Different amounts of pressure will give you different size dots. So I'm just going to do dots of all different sizes in the places that I feel I want to fill it up a little bit. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stop messing with it because that's really good enough. There you have a cute little, how about one more? Tiger eye. Super quick. Tiger eye. And of course, you're going to glitter it. I'm not going to glitter it because this is my 4th design I'm filming and I am like covered head to toe in glitter. But you, my friends, will glitter it. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Everything looks better with glitter. So, there is your super duper quick tiger eye that you will do when you have a line. And I can show you, like I said, a full face tiger that you can do when you don't have a line. But you're always going to have a line. I'm going to wash this off. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll leave it on and turn it into a full face. You know what? Let's do that. Let me leave it on. Let me show you something you can do. Somewhere between a full face tiger and a tiger eye is you just add a muzzle. It's the same way we did it on the puppy. And add a little bit of orange going down the other side, but not around the eye, like this. So you have almost like a figure 8 thing going on across the face. Okay. And then just add a nose. Flick up. Flick up. Cut across if it's too V. Thin to thick lines around the sides of the muzzle. Thin, thick, thin. Line down the middle. Flick in from the sides of the muzzle to make whiskers. If you really want to get fancy, go a little out before you flick in. Flick in from back here. Okay. And then do some stripes on this side pointing up this way. So I did dots on the other side. I'm just going to be consistent. Do some dots here. And there you have a super quick kind of half-face tiger. In fact, I think that's all I'm going to show you for tiger, because the only difference you would do between this and a full-face tiger with the colors that you've got is if you wanted to do full face, you would do orange from the cheekbones up. Don't actually do, nothing is actually full face. Nothing's going to cover here. But if you go from here up with orange with a nice soft edge and just do stripes around and a little bit of white above the eye like we did with the puppy, that's how you would turn this into a full-face tiger. But honestly, you don't even need it because this looks awesome. And people are going to love it. So there you have tiger. Tiger eye, tiger, tiger. What if you really want to make a kid's day? Take a nice clean brush, stick in your white to differentiate a tiger from a puppy or a kitty. Here at the corners of the mouth, not on the lips, at the corners of the mouth right under the muzzle, if you flick down to a point, you've got fangs. Super duper quick tiger. So there's that for you. Right. I am going to be watching this channel incidentally between now and the time that you guys are doing your event. So if you have any questions and you don't want to call me on the phone because, I don't know, I'm not an intimidating person. But if you have any questions and you'd like to post them in the comments, or if you are not participating in this event but just think that these videos are really cool, questions in the comments. I will be around and I will be happy to respond. All right. I need to think about what I'm doing next, but the beauty of it is by the time you see this, everything will be posted, so you'll already know what I'm doing next. So whatever I'm doing next, meet me back here, and I'll see you.